welcome to my cold second floor of my house. It's about 11 degrees Celsius in this room. And as you can see, I've been doing a lot of my puzzle in very, very small increments because I come up here, I do a couple of pieces, and then I go down to the warmth again. So yeah, hello. I'm working on finishing this puzzle. It's the start of a new year, and I started my year slightly differently than what I often do. Because usually I spend the few days leading up to New Year's with like considering like what has been happening in the year and what am I gonna do next year, and like plan a lot of things out. And also when I was doing this puzzle, or like in small increments, I was so sure, because I haven't looked at the picture, I was so sure this was a tree, and I will show you a close-up when I'm done, but I was so sure this was a tree. So like a tree trunk, and then I was like, oh wait, no, it's a statue. And then when I got even further, I was like, no, it's not a regular statue. It's a fountain. So, you know, looks can be deceiving at times. I'm just saying. Looks can be very deceiving. And since I've now gotten used to doing the puzzle without you guys, it's actually a little hard getting into it, doing it with you guys again. It's a thing. Apparently. Clearly. So now I don't know where to start again. That's unfortunate. I feel like I should know, and I'm starting to wonder if some pieces are missing. Because this is a puzzle that I got from my parents' friends. They were emptying out a cabin, and that led to me getting a puzzle. Yay! I have the top of the box. I don't have the box. This is a box from a different puzzle. But yeah, I haven't looked at the picture, and it came in like in a plastic bag, and it came with one piece. This one, it's hard for you to see. I know. But the colors, it cannot possibly be this puzzle. So I don't know which puzzle is missing a piece, and it makes me think maybe this puzzle will be missing pieces too. I really hope it won't be missing too many pieces, and I don't know how to like move from here. But okay, we'll figure it out. More like I'll figure it out. You can't actually help me with this puzzle because you're on the other side of the camera. Oh. Not actually in the other side of the camera. You're somewhere else. You're not here. Can't help me with the puzzle. That's the point of this. Where was I going? Yeah, I've been doing my puzzle without you because it's cold up here. When I'm done with this puzzle, I will take the legs off and I will carry all the pieces down where it's warmer, put it back together again, and then I will do another puzzle. So yeah, that's gonna happen. It will happen. But carrying it downstairs feels a little risky, which is why I'm gonna take the legs off, so because I wouldn't be able to carry it with the legs on. So yeah, that's the next on the puzzle agenda when it comes to that, at least. But oh yeah, New Year. I'm filming this on Wednesday, 7th of January, so, you know, we're already a week into the new year, but it still feels like the new year. I usually plan out, like, what I'm going to focus on, what I'm going to do, what I want to get done, and I know I'll never get everything done. Like, I usually do all these things as kind of preparation for a new year, and this year, I didn't do that. I didn't think that thoroughly through the year that has been. I haven't really planned out this year that we've just started, like nothing like that. And it feels a little weird, but also, I mean, what I have been doing for the past Well, what I've been doing since it got wintry and cold and rainy and gray, I haven't really been doing anything but think about what I will do with this place when I can work outside again. So, it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that, I guess. But I haven't been going through my regular like end of the year, start of the year things. So that is, I find that interesting. But I also think I know why. I thought I grabbed all the yellow ones. Okay. Because I have a list. It's on my wall. And it's long. I tried to shorten it because I tried to I did this in November, which is probably why it feels so weird. Because I've done it, but also I haven't done it because I did it so early, so it doesn't count. But it obviously counts, because it happened. But I tried to figure out okay, what can I do in a year, and what do I need to get done this year? And I made this list. And let's be honest, I pretended I was capable of being realistic. I was not. There is way more on that list than I will be able to do in a year. But, I did make it shorter. And even though there are a lot of things that should be on the list that I kind of took off the list because I tried to be realistic, but it needs to get done. It's a whole thing. But I'm trying to figure out what needs to happen and what can I push. As in what can I not do even though I would like to get it done? Does that make sense? You have 50 things, some of them quite big, that needs to get done, but it's not possible to do everything at once. And then you try to prioritize. It is not a strong suit of mine. I am not good at prioritizing. I'm trying. I'm really trying. But it's so difficult to know what's the most important thing. How am I supposed to know? I don't know these things. But I try, but also I feel like a fish out of water because I have no idea what I'm doing half the time. But I'm hoping that at some point it'll get easier because I will know more, and it probably will, get easier because, as I said, I will actually know more. But it takes time, and I'm not I'm not always the most patient person in the world. But at the same time, I am quite patient. Might not make sense to some, but yeah, I am let me try to rephrase myself. I am patient when it comes to some things, but not others. So that sounds better. So that sounds more logical. But it's still, I find it very hard to know what to prioritize and what not to prioritize. There are some things that I think are important, like mouse-proofing my house, if that's even technically possible, but do a better job of making it harder for mice to get in, because yes, I still have mice in my house, in the basement, in the attic. I don't like it. And there are places I think I can kind of take action and make it less likely for the mice to get in. So that is one of the bigger things I'm gonna do next year. No, wait, this year? I would like to get that done as soon as possible because emptying traps is not a favorite of mine. Absolutely not a favorite of mine. I would I would like to not have to do that again. Right now, I feel like I'm continuously doing it. I'm not, but and I will say, last year I did do some things to make it better, and it has worked. Either that or it's less mice. But I read that somewhere that it was a lot of mice last year, or the year before, and then last year it was even more. But I have had less. So I consider that a good thing. I consider that a win because it is. Let's just hope that trend sticks. So I'm gonna work on that. That I find, at least to me, is very important because I don't like having mice in my house. So I will do my best to make sure less of them get to come in, because they shouldn't come in at all. They should not come in at all, anywhere. So that is one of the things. And I've been thinking about this thing, this whole fall. So, and changing the list, as I said, in November. So that's a bit of time of thinking about that list. And I'm also thinking that this puzzle is still very, very hard. But it's like nothing gets together here. This is so annoying. Anyway, I'll get to it. I'll figure it out. Where was I? Yeah. Other things I need to get done. I have a couple of supporting walls out in the garden that are less supporting that they should be. So they desperately need to get dealt with. Okay, maybe not that desperately, but I really want them to get dealt with because they worry me, and I don't like being worried. Says the person who worries about everything all the time. So, you win some, you lose some. And I also need to paint my house. There are a few things that needs to happen with the barn. And let's see, there are grass growing right next to the foundation of my house, and it shouldn't be. Also, that makes it easier for the mice, so I need to make a good strip of the portion right next to the wall of my house, not be grass. So that's another bigger task because it's a lot of it. And it's a winding plant that is kind of into the wall and up the wall, and that is not good for the wall, so I need to take care of that. And there are some flower beds that desperately need stuff, and I want to grow food. I want to grow flowers. I want to trim some trees, and it's a lot that I want to do. I understand I probably won't get to everything. Boy, does that suck a little, but you can't get everything done, I think. But doesn't mean that I can't try to do a lot of the things, because I will try to do a lot of the things. But yeah, it's a lot of bigger tasks, like the mouse proofing the house and getting rid of the grass around the house and probably filling in gravel, and also I need to change the windows and paint the house, and it's a lot of things. And for me, there is actually an additional problem with some of the things. And it's something that to some people, it doesn't even faze them, but I have a really hard time making phone calls. I don't know exactly why, but making phone calls freaks me out. It's super annoying. And it makes it so there are a lot of things I don't do because I know, changing my windows. I intended to do that last year. It didn't happen because to make that happen, I need to make a phone call. And since making phone calls gives me a panic attack, basically, I don't. So the windows still haven't gotten fixed. The same with the supporting walls. And like, yeah, there are quite a few of those type of things that I'm like, how am I even gonna get this done when I can't make a phone call? That is quite a big challenge. So if you have any tips and tricks and advice as to how to make phone calls when phone calls are giving you a panic attack, like how to get to the point where I actually make the phone call, if you have any tips and tricks, I will very much appreciate them. I will not promise to try them out because it freaks me out. But I will be very appreciative, at least if someone could like give me some tips. Maybe, you know, maybe I'll be able to do it, because that would be very helpful, both to me and my house. Then again, if it's helpful to me, it's helpful to my house. So, you know, it's but yeah, that is that to me is a massive challenge. Like, who knew that would be one of the bigger challenge by living far away from everyone and everything, including my parents. And yeah, didn't factor that one in, because I haven't had a big need to like call people for a bunch of things before. So yeah, I don't know how to I don't know how to deal with that, which is unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. But you know, I'm sure I'll figure it out somehow. Okay, I kind of have to. Because if I don't, I'll, yeah, there are some things that needs to get done. Some things I can do myself, and some things I need to have other people do. And it's the part of having other people do it. That is not actually a big problem. The big problem is being able to call people to have them come do the things that needs to get done. That is the big problem. So yeah, I have some challenges coming up this year in regards to such things. But you know, I'm gonna have to figure it out somehow. I'll have to find a way to make it happen. But yeah, tips and tricks will be very much appreciated. Whether I use them or not, just sometimes it just, I don't know. Maybe it's just I need to change my mindset. I don't know. Either way, I'm having a hard time with it, but I'll need to figure that out. So yeah, that's the thing. And yeah, the start of the year has been different, as I said, because I did not spend the beginning of it considering what to do, because I already had, in a way. And also realizing that I'm gonna have a problem because of the phone thing. It's so annoying. So annoying. But, you know, I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out, or I don't know. Maybe, come to think about it, what if I can write emails? Though a lot of them only have, like, you can call a number. You can't really write an email because they don't have an email. Or maybe they do, I don't know. The whole thing has been freaking me out, so I haven't done anything about it. And yes, I know, not a good solution. It's not the solution at all. It's just the bad way of not doing things. Yeah, well, you know, it happens. It happens. I'll find a way, but also, as I said, maybe I need to see if they have like an email address, because I'm better at writing than speaking on the phone. I'm good in person. I'm really good at talking. Hence videos. But like on the phone, nope. Phone is definitely a no-go for me. It's so annoying. Oh wait, hold on. But yeah, it's challenges ahead. Fingers crossed that at some point I can actually make a phone call, or at least, yeah, I really like the idea of finding like an email. But from my guess is a lot of the people here, like, they're used to using the phone all the time, and email isn't really a thing that, no, I mean, yes, sure, companies do emails, obviously, but not necessarily the way I would prefer. So, yeah. Um, it will be interesting, but yeah. Maybe I just gave myself a potential solution by email. Who knows? Do you think that would be a good idea? Try to find their email, like email them? Like, because that would be better if they called me back. If I'm capable of picking up the phone, which is not always, but you know, again, you win some, you lose some. And right now, my toes are losing the competition with the heat, so they are getting chilly. So, thank you so much for watching and listening to me ramble and having phone problems. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. And also, obviously, Happy New Year! A little late, but Happy New Year! I hope you had a good New Year celebration and you're starting the year off right. Not like wishy-washy weird like I did, but I hope you start off the year right. Don't make too many New Year's resolutions that you're just gonna break anyway. Like, rather make like no resolutions, more like long-term goals for the year. They're often more likely to actually happen, or you're more likely to actually make them happen. So I'd recommend that. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye! And then we turn you off.